Okay. Get my paint set. Let's see. There we go. Okay. Here goes my beards. This is what a product looks like right here. Boy, that shirt's rough. I throw this piece of shit away. But it's my work shirt. Everybody got a shitty work shirt. You know, not the best. Not the worst though. My art teacher, Miss Kelsey, would be so proud. She was like that damn Blake. All my win people, y'all know Miss Kelsey would love me. See my boy, I always knew he could paint a turkey better than any person I ever met. Okay, let's see. I think one time in her class, I painted when I went to her class, I painted, what I painted in there? Maybe a duck or something. I should have told her my future's in turkeys. Okay, let's see, boom. Let's do all my color palettes, get everything laid out. So I'm gonna paint one of these jokers. I've been sitting here, right now we're 10 days out from the Super Bowl. So I'm just trying to get my rhythm, listen to my sports. Occasionally be talking to my brother, my dad, kind of help me break up the monotony of just over and over and over. Like, look how many birds I got on the ground behind me. Look at all them jokers, bro. Let me show you here. So here goes my collection, man. My squad up. So, and I just, me and my boys just did a deal with the car. So, everything's green light for me. Here goes my boxes. That'll be my boxes. I'll put my Mobotech on the side of it, and yeah, put my instructions in there and start pumping these things out. Usually, you know, whenever I was up and running pretty good, I'd go to the NWTF, and that's like February 14th, and then I would that would usually kick off my turkey season. So that's my goal right now. I got 2 weeks to be where I want to be. So my goal is pretty much like Super Bowl. During the Super Bowl, I'll have everything and I'll be a little further off. Let's see. Let's start with, I always do the head first, so whenever it dries, I can grab it, move it, turn it. And this paint that I'm using, probably not the best paint, but that's what they make. They make that really good sealing. This junk right here. This is made in America, baby. Okay. Well, I've been in like turbo speed. I've been coding. Coding ain't no joke. And I'm getting old now. So I'm one of them old timers that every time somebody calls me, we laugh about when we were kids, thinking, what are the odds of the jobs that we're doing now? Kind of cool. You know, whenever I was getting these things built, I was like, okay, well, you know, if I don't get them painted, I can build stencils and stencil it, but there's too much detail to stencil it. So that's another goal of mine. Like, since I've been doing this, I want to go meet like all the carvers, you know, like the big carvers in the industry, the guys that are able to sculpt these decoys and paint them and stuff. I think that's going to be one of my goals, that I try to go and introduce myself to them, because now, you know, I understand the how tough it is to do all this. Like, if you're a carver and you got to be the guy that's kind of like behind the scenes but are creating really cool pieces like this, I mean, dude, that's where all the magic happens. So one of my goals whenever I'm at the NWTF or maybe the SHOT Show or wherever, one of those big shows, I want to introduce myself to all the carvers and the painters in the industry, and just kind of, maybe I can do like a podcast or something where we sit and talk about the, you know, like some of the things that maybe I could do better on, and be able to kind of see if they can give me some insight, because, and then just their stories, like, dude, the level of details that these guys or ladies have to have in order to make these, like, I mean, you know, some of those dang birds that some of these boys are able to make, I mean, they look phenomenal. But, you know, I'm doing with the best I got here. I'm no pro by no means. I know one thing I did. I didn't wash my brushes yesterday. Get the paint out. Let's see if that'll come out. No, ruined it. Damn it. Well, at least I know the paint's waterproof. Dang it. Run my brush. I might get another brush, but maybe it'll. Let's see, anything else I can use. Let's see if it lays right. Nope. Don't move. Damn it. That's my go-to. So I run two brushes yesterday. Man, those were, I was just practicing too. Okay, let's look here. See what else I got. I got a spot. Let's go. Let's go look in my pantry. Come on, let's go take a gander in my pantry. First casualty, a brush. I gotta go back to Hobby Lobby, and when I do, I'll go get me some more brushes. I don't got my cameraman's, I know that. I need one. I need about 5 of them. You'll be my cameraman? You. Remember whenever I was I had cameraman? Yeah. This might work.
I would be a
Would you?
I have 2 small children to take care of. So,
Well, that means that there's an opportunity out there for somebody. If you want to be my cameraman and go do some traveling, I'll take you. Okay. Let's see. Let me get hooked back up here. Now we got a brand new brush. You know, honestly, I think I like this brush better anyways. Look at that, dude. Oh yeah, that brush is way better. I don't even know why I was even thinking about using that other one.
if I said that's another 10 recommend though,
Thank you.
being a cameraman. Camerawoman.
I'm hoping Damon's my guy. So Damon, if you're watching this, I think you'd be perfect, brother. We go out there. Me and Damon work well together. But if not Damon, my buddy up here, he told me about, like, it's called like the handshake program at the University of Arkansas, where you can hire interns. So my nephew Riley, he's gotten credits before out of Jonesboro, and he kind of like got to do an internship and all that type of stuff with me. But I would like to do the handshake program up here at the U of A and get some interns, and then I want to get some guys or girls that know how to code, and I'll bring them on and show them where I'm at with my marketplace. Get some guys and girls smarter than me that can maybe accomplish my vision, but I can guide them in the right direction of what I want it to look like and how I want it to operate and function. But I got the majority of it up right, but I know that moving forward, I'm gonna need some help for sure. And then on the same, I can get some people who want to go turkey hunting or learn how to manufacture. I mean, I can teach you how to manufacture something. I can teach you how to carve. I can teach you how to mass produce. I can teach you how to brand. I can teach you how to market your product, and you know, a couple skill sets at this little. My woman's over here critiquing me.
No, I'm not. I was gonna turn on the water and I didn't want to interrupt you.
You're okay. Go ahead, love.
Or who's on her bed in the background there?
Nah, she was in the background being like,
I'm doing water. I'm trying to be mindful.
but, so hopefully I can help people and they can help me. But I was talking to my dad the other day, and I was like, man, it's kind of cool this year that I can hunt in Melbourne and take my boy. I got on the board, take him and my daughter both on their first turkey hunt. I kind of got depressed whenever I wasn't making my decoy, so I didn't really hunt. But now I got my decoy back, and I'm like, hell yeah, let's go turkey hunting. I love chasing them. But yeah, whenever I wasn't selling them, I don't know, it just was a little bit different for me, a different feeling, because I would look at that turkey out there, like, because we got a spot in Melbourne that have a lot of birds and stuff, and I've met a lot of people along the way who allowed me to go turkey hunting, and I just, for some odd reason, I just couldn't bring myself to go do it. I don't know. It was like if I couldn't go out there and make a living and chase my dream, I was like, you know what? I'm not going to go do any damage to that turkey. I appreciate it too much.
Oh no, you would have missed us.
Well, that, and like whenever you're not selling and stuff, you kind of like reflect, and I kind of got to reflect on that turkey, and I don't know, man. I owe a lot to the wild turkey. So sometimes for me now, as I gotten older, it isn't always about going out there and hunting one down. But it is super fun. I don't know. I guess I just found like a different kind of level of respect for it. Like where I'm like, you know what, dude? This turkey's done so much for me. If I'm not gonna be able to have a voice in the outdoors with the turkey, I don't really want to go out there and take, you know. So I didn't. In the last 3 or 4 years, I've been trying hard to get back. I went through a lot of little hoops to have this bad boy right here made in the USA with some dude who got old dirty shirt on in his freaking house, sitting at his table, and I need to be listening to sports, but I'm recording right now, so I'm like, well, I need to put it on the TV. But this is what manufacturing America looks like. Right here. This is made in the USA.
What's that song? Born in the USA.
Yep. Made here, isn't it, baby? I've been at it, you know. It took me to build my marketplace. I started on my marketplace. I know the date because the very first picture, I always like try to take pictures or document it whenever I start on something, so I can kind of see how, because sometimes whenever you start working on stuff, time can get lost. Like for me, I'm realizing like, wow, you know, sometimes I get so zoned in on something, I don't realize like the amount of time that it'll take for me. Kind of like whenever, like I would trade, like I could sit there and trade all day long, and I didn't realize like, wow, I literally traded all day long and it took 8 hours away from me. Or whenever I sculpt my turkey, it was like, okay, I'll look at that project and I'm like, oh yeah, man, I can sculpt that turkey in 10 days. But it took me like 4 months to learn the technique and figure out how to freaking do it. But so I lost a lot of time, what I was saying, with whenever I'm over there coding. So I've been sitting there since July 4th, 24th. No, July 24th is whenever I first started my marketplace, and now we're like 10 days out from the Super Bowl, and I'm finally, I think I got like 45 decoys, and I'm about to order maybe 50 cars for my first sale of the year. Hopefully I can go through that. You know, we'll see. But at least I'm prepared. My marketplace is ready to go. I hope everybody enjoys that. That's going to be cool. And I feel like that right there is going to lead me to some cool folks that, you know, might be interested in learning about crypto and stuff in the hunting industry. And I can't wait to share that. That's going to be fun. Let's see. So I got a lot of stuff coming up. You know, we just had our baby girl and she's just been the best freaking blessing. So we're just riding on that sugar high right now, just sitting over here holding the newborn baby. Okay, it looks like I burn up all my freaking, I burn up all my brushes. So I gotta go back here and take from my baby stuff. Baylor don't care. That one was good. Yep, now I gotta go buy some new freaking paint brushes. I don't know when did I sit down and not wash my brushes, but I did it. Hold on now. It ain't pretty, but it's working. Man, it's working. Where we at? I'm going crazy. Throw my hat on so I don't look too rough. All right, let's see. Yep. I've got my technique down pretty well though. Yeah, when them boys finally told me to, they'll send me my decoy, man, I was just blown away. I was like, finally. But regardless, it was still a learning experience, you know. I mean, I learned a lot. And, you know, I guess too, a lot of people that reached out, I always assumed that I'd just be back in a different manner. You know, I didn't realize like the route, or I probably wouldn't have hung so long into doing work in China. I mean, hell, I didn't care where the work was done at. I just thought, I left an MBS show down there in Fort Worth, and that's whenever I thought my orders were going to pick up significantly for me. So I was like, well, regardless, okay, I can go to China and be able to meet my demands, but it just didn't work out like that. And, I mean, a lot of them boys, they remember those tariffs and all that junk whenever, because that's whenever everything went south for me. It was like whenever, you know, Donald Trump put them tariffs on, and then everybody didn't know, like, well, they're like, well, hell, I don't know if what's going to happen over in China. So that kind of slowed me down. But now, I mean, dude, this is how I always wanted. I wanted full control over my product. I'm grateful now that we're built here in the USA. I just, back then, I didn't realize, you know, that's what all the big boys was doing, man. Anybody who's selling this type of stuff, besides like, you know, the Dave Smiths and those boys, they was ahead of their time. They was just, you know, by hell with that. I'm building it here in America, baby. Land of the free. So that was a good move on their part. Let's see. Maybe this one. Not for me, though. I took my shit to China. I did go over and meet them boys, though. I went over there, man. I tell my wife it was crazy experience, too, because I go over there, and I, you know, like, dude, you had to fly on an airplane for, like, dude, like a whole day. So just to get over to China took me, like, I want to say like 20 hours or more in the air. I had to sleep on a plane, and dude, you know, you don't get to shower when you're on the airplane either. So you just use the bathroom on the plane, you sleep on the plane, you eat on the plane. And I'm 6'3", and dude, I barely sleep as it is in my own bed, let alone on an airplane where this little Chinese dude is over there farting on me the whole ride. I'm like, bro, this dude stinks, boy. But I powered through it, man. And then whenever we landed, like a day later, you know, I go over there, and these boys, nobody speaks English or nothing. And I went factory touring, and I'd have to be in my phone being like, hey, man, don't leave me. And then I tell them on the taxi guys, like, bro, don't leave us, man. We're gonna be here, and we're gonna go in that building right there and look at some stuff, and do not leave, cause we gotta get back over to our hotel. Bro, they drive off. We be like, oh shit. Like, bro, we up here in China. They're driving off on us. But granted, we found our way. And one thing that I always thought was crazy, and I'll tell you about some of the factory and stuff, but them boys over there, man, we didn't see one bird. I swear I did not see one freaking blackbird, sparrow, nothing. Them birds don't exist over there. I didn't see an insect. I didn't see none of that, man. They didn't have no animals. So I thought that was crazy that you could be walking outside and you not even see like a blackbird. I mean, where in the world can you go and not see a damn blackbird, bro? Blackbirds are everywhere. But no blackbirds, no sparrows. Me and my wife are over there and we're just like, okay, this is crazy, but it's kind of cool in the same. So we're just out there. And one thing that we always thought was crazy, at nighttime, we were in a city. I filmed all this. We're in a city like the size of New York. Like, dude, this thing was a monster city, okay? Huge city. And we're out there, and at I want to say it was like 8 o'clock at nighttime, dude. You would hear boom, boom, boom. And I was like, what in the world is that, right? What is that? It sounds like somebody beating on a drum. And you could look out that window and you would not see one person, one light, nothing. Like total darkness in a city the size of New York. Dude, we were looking out there and we're like, what? Baby, you remember that? When we was out there and couldn't see nobody?
It was scary.
Yeah. Okay,
Remember there were no bugs?
Yeah, no freaking...
There was no wildlife?
Nothing. So they would be beating on this drum like crazy, okay? Like, oh, what the hell is this shit? So you wouldn't see nobody. And then in the morning time, because your sleep pattern's like crazy off, man. Like, you know, over there it's nighttime and over here is daytime, and then reverse whenever it's dark time over here is daytime over there, right? So our sleep pattern sucked, and you could be up all night long. And dude, I'm telling you, you would never see one person outside after those bells went off, all right? And then in the morning time, you get up and you be out there, you be looking, and there's not one car, not one bus, one person.
You want me to stand away from the window?
Yeah, I tell her, get the hell back from the window. Dude, because there, what? You know, like, bro, there ain't even...
The only light. I was like, I want to see the city.
Like, dude, there's nobody outside this place, man. This is crazy, right? I mean, who the hell can make that many people stay in the house? All right, so I thought that was nuts to me, man. Maybe I mean, dude, think about like if every single person around here, we hit a bell and none of us come outside. Okay, shit like that. And I'm like, you know, I don't want them to look over across New York City and see our little light on, you know. I didn't know what the, you know, dude, I'm in China. What kind of trouble can I get in if I got the only light on in New York City, right? You know, like, oh, dude, there he is. Yank his ass up out of there, right? That's what I'm thinking. So I'm telling her all the time, man, get back from the window. I mean, you don't shut the curtains, turn off the lights. It was kind of nuts for me. But anyway, so in the morning time, dude, you would get up and you'd get up in the morning time and you would literally be out there looking again. I looked every morning because I was just like blown away. And you'd hear that bong again. Yeah. Bong, bong, bong. I swear, dude, there were millions of people that would be on the freaking street seconds after. It was unbelievable. And then it's like New York City, every single car, every single bus, every single like person is just full throttle. And dude, you know, for me, I've just never, you know, the cultures are different, right? I'm just from Wynn, Arkansas. Google that shit, okay? It's not much. So I wasn't really, you know, I wasn't, you know, I didn't know. It was crazy, right? So I'm like, dude, this is nuts. But granted, we had a great time. You know, got to meet some cool folks up there. Du Minh Gong, I'm always grateful for you, man. You was good to me, man. So thank you. And but another thing that whenever I learned about, you know, that culture over there, them boys, they don't wait in lines either. I always thought that was crazy because, bro, you could be on an airplane, you know, you started learning, like, man, you kind of like push people around and stuff whenever you get on the airplane or a bus. You're like, man, dude, you gonna push me? I'm gonna push you back, little dude, you know? Like, dude better get up off me trying to push me just to get to the front, all right? But I'm telling you, there could be somebody on the very back of the plane, and if you wasn't like getting your stuff and getting out of the way, I don't care if he's on the back of the bus, the front of the bus, and it was so crazy how like everybody get real tight, like trying to get on the bus. Like think about like a big crowd, and everybody's just getting real tight, and then all of us want that little, like it's kind of like getting a pimple pop, get in there, get in the bus, get in the bus, get in the bus. And bro, you're like, dude, none of these dudes wait in line for nothing. So that was crazy, and but you know, it was an experience. So made a good story. But I went over there, and them boys, they carved my mold for me here, and I thought that I was gonna be able to mass produce with them, but everything just went outrageously expensive, and it was basically impossible. And then on top of it, you know, I don't got as enough money that them boys got. Them boys over there got a lot more money because, you know, I go over there and they're like, well, this is my goal. And then they're like, well, minimum order $5,000 after you, or 5,000 units. After you done bought all the tooling, you done bought all the carving, you done bought all the CADing, you got all your stuff there, you've already shaken the hand just getting over there, dude. I mean, outrageously expensive. You got to call the embassy, and that's what I had to do. So I had to call the embassy, tell them that I'm going over there on a work visa. And what they did was they put you in like, I don't know, a process to see if you'd be able to go over to China for a work visa. And if you stay over there, like past that work visa, you're going to be in some big trouble. And you don't want to be held over there, man, you know? So that, and what's even crazier is with that work visa, they made me, let's just say I put up X amount of money, and it's a big chunk, okay? And to get my passports, buy my work visa, do all my, get my hotel, plane ticket, airfare, all that junk, right? Normal junk. But to get all that bought and paid for, and then at the end of the process, they can still be like, no, deny you, but you wouldn't get refunded on your purchases of everything. So if you bought, like, unless you maybe did insurance or something, but for me, it was like a, you know, you buy all this stuff, but still you might not be able to go. So it's kind of gambling a lot of freaking money. But I got approved, and then me and my wife jumped on the airplane and flew over there. But it was a crazy culture, I'll tell you. It really was. But it was pretty cool. I know that I was kind of like a white dragon to them, bro. I'm telling you, them mugs ain't never saw nobody like me, man. They was like, dude, look at this dude. So I'd be like walking down the road, and so their culture is everything, you know, their culture, right? I'm a white boy over there, dark skin, dark hair, Chinese. And so every billboard, every coffee shop, everything that you would see, all the people are Chinese, man. And then you get a white guy that, I mean, a lot of these people think about, they ain't even never left China. You know, they're over there and they ain't even never even saw a person like me, but they was taking pictures of me. Oh, hey, you know, I'm like, holy smokes. Me and my wife are like, whoa, bro. Yep, kind of crazy. It was an experience. I love China. I love the adventure of it, but the process just didn't pan out for me. But them boys, they became my friends, man. I talk to them dudes about every other day because the whole time that I'm, you know, I'm waiting to hear back. I got my mold over. I got a lot of money invested over there. And so I'm like, hey, look, man, we got to keep this relationship going because I don't want to find myself keeping all my equipment over there. I need my stuff. So, but I finally got it, and I got an old boy out of California right now who's doing all my mass production and building my mold for me. You know, he's got all that going, and right now I'm at the house building this junk, and then whenever I get it done, I'm gonna get me a little shop maybe next year or two and see if I can get some of them boys from the school to help me. But that was my little experience, man. But as time went on, I just could never get anything off the ground over there. And then everything got outrageous, and you know, and honestly, it's the best thing ever happened to my company. Now I'm hands-on. I don't gotta wait on nobody. I don't gotta ask nobody for permission. I don't gotta ask nobody for nothing, dude. Like, I'm ready to work. I got shit I gotta go do, man. I can't just be waiting, man. I got shit I gotta do. I got people who are counting on me, man. So having me held up, that ain't got me in the game, man. I gotta get out here and, you know, give me my shit at least. But anyways, that's my Chinese story, man. Let's see. Put this on there. What else do I got? Not too bad, is it? You know, kindergartner could do it, but that ain't saying much for me. This one here, these last little bits. Now I'm gonna go brown. What else? What other stories do I got with this thing? A lot. I miss it. It was fun. Honestly, super fun. Took it for granted the way I was building it. Sheesh. I'll never go back. It's kind of crazy because you don't realize, like, dude, whenever you don't have control over your stuff, you're at the mercy of it. And then sometimes, let's just say you're like me, you invest too much. It's like you overplay your hand. So that's what I did. I overplayed my hand. And I was expecting a lot in return, but there's just some things you just can't see. COVID or tariffs or whatever. Having your product stuck over in China, you know. Remember when everybody wasn't getting along and all that type of crazy stuff and everything, dude. Give it that little sheen. Dude, what was I doing, man? Just running stuff. At least this one ain't much. I must have, I had to go meet that guy for that freaking fan, and I got back, and then I had to take Bubby to jiu-jitsu. That's why I left it there. Been painting all day, and then I had to run and go do some stuff. That ain't gonna cut it. Let's see. I bet you this boy right here at work. Which one was it? Dude, they all, oh, here it is. If you can say, man, they all look the same. Okay. This right here, it gives it like a little sheen to it. So I got me a real turkey up there that I killed in Colorado. And it's kind of been my template that I kind of look over and say, okay, this is what it needs to look like. This is kind of the colors it needs to have. This is some of the way it shines. Can't nothing beat a real turkey. I mean, I know mine's nowhere near it, but I tried hard to get the colors to look the same. It looks good. I'm excited. I will sit here and paint these things the rest of my life if I got to. I mean, if it can give me back turkey hunting, man, heck yeah. I will paint these for, dude, my son's gonna be painting these things, man. I'm telling you, for sure. somebody a little smarter than us that help us code it, because he's gonna learn how to code and trade at an early age, man. My boy, I'm gonna have him trading stocks in no time. You don't know it, but he gonna be trading, baby. Okay, something like that. A little story time, 30 minutes. Usually I'm able to do it in pretty quickly, but you know, sometimes you get into your stories. I'm just trying to kill a little time, do some documenting. Man, that brush though, what's so crazy, and this is how I know God works in the craziest ways, man, because for me, it's even the times that I mess up, like even my brushes, like you go through so many trials and errors. It's like sometimes, I don't know, I kind of get superstitious, like when I hunt or whenever I'm like doing a project or something. I know this kind of sounds crazy, but I've done so many projects that I challenge myself trying to accomplish that, like now it's almost like I kind of get to review them. But sometimes, let's say if something isn't going good, I don't know if y'all get superstitious, like on a hunt and things ain't going good, and you're like, oh shit, I know I ain't gonna kill one today. I can already tell it. Everything's tearing up, messing up. My freaking something. There's always something that hinders it. And usually that's whenever stuff doesn't pan out for me. But it's crazy. Like right now, I feel like everything is just kind of, you know, rolling into me. My brushes tear up, get this one. This actually covers the paint better, faster. I can do more surface, but I know those little things don't seem like much, but whenever everything messes up, like where usually a brush tears up and you're like, oh man, I got to drive all the way to freaking Hobby Lobby and I don't have any brushes and I got to go buy me another freaking brush, and that's going to kill an hour just running and doing all that, you know, stuff like that for me. There goes a finished unit though, with my little beard, something like that. And then it'll look like this dude right here. So that's a full functioning product, dude. There she goes, beard, everything assembled, come in a box. This is the last piece right here that I'm working on. It's my fan. Those boys, they didn't send me my tool for my fan, and they didn't send me my mold for my, I had like a back end mold that was for the fan to sit in. Like, so there's a void in the back of this right here, but there used to not be. And it went all the way across, and then there was a little piece that went into it. So they didn't send me that. Now I'm having to rebuild this and kind of do it the best of my ability like this. And this is kind of where I'm at with it. I know it's a little awkward trying to get that fan in and out of there, but man, that's basically all I got. I don't really, unless I do another piece that comes out and I weld and fabricate it, kind of look like a triangle piece, and then the fan or the real fan would fit right in there like this. Oh shit. So I don't know. Probably gonna go with this if I can get this fan built. Let me show you the fan I'm working on. This is one of my template fans. It's junk, but I'll get a guy to, I guess what he's thinking is a print shop or a screen printing shop, and then I'll send them like a picture of like a turkey fan or something, and then they'll print that onto this, and then I'll have me like this is a really cool one actually, but it's a little more than what mine's gonna be. Mine's just gonna be a piece of plastic in the middle of it. Won't be nothing but like, it will just have two pieces that fold like this right here, with a screen printed piece on it, and you know, nothing fancy, but this is actually a kind of a little hard challenge to mass produce. Whenever you want to mass produce this one, this one's kind of tough, but we'll see. Okay, where is she? Sign every one of them right here. But seeing some of the other people's stuff, man, they paint some incredible stuff. Like mine is decent. This is decent, I would say. Maybe it's good. I don't know. Y'all be the deciding factor. I think it's decent. I'm gonna learn though. I'm gonna ask those guys at the shows and stuff to teach me some techniques and everything because man, they're pros. Dude, they're real pros at this. Like sheesh, they're good. But well, I wanted to show that. I'll show y'all my stuff one more go around. And let me show you here. So here goes my army. But I'm gonna turn the camera off and see if I can figure out on my cars here. I got a couple things I gotta do there. And but there you got it. There you have it. I'll see y'all on the next one.